Guest of honor, Member of Parliament, Mr. Vikram Nair, our very respected Ambassador Kesavapani, one of the doyens of the Indian community in Singapore, Nasira Bano, Dr. Jeet Kumar. It is really a great pleasure and honor to be back here for the 4th International Conference on Ayurveda and Siddha. This is special because for the first time, I think, we have gone beyond Ayurveda to place a special emphasis on Siddha, which is, as all of you are aware, one of the oldest forms of traditional medicine, not just in India, but the world over. And particularly relevant because Singapore and the place from where Siddha originates in Tamil Nadu have a very, very special connection. So we're delighted to see that Siddha has become part of this international conference. This is, again, a very special day because this is the 4th International Day of Yoga, June 21. And this is a day which is truly bringing the world into a common purpose. Across every city, every country, in small islands, in large nations, in villages, in big cities, we see Twitter feed, we see social media feed, Facebook feed, from every part of the world, from north and south, east and west, about the world coming together to practice or to observe this International Day of Yoga, cutting across the barriers of nations, identities, cultures, faith, beliefs, because there is something absolutely unique in this particular day, because it unites the world into a common purpose of coming together for the larger good of mankind. And I'm reminded of the day in 27 September 2014 when Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi made his maiden address to the United Nations General Assembly, and he gave a call to observe June 21 as the International Day of Yoga. And he did it for 3 reasons: a healthy human and society, a sustainable planet, and a peaceful world. And just now you heard the message in which he spoke about the power of yoga to unite. And that is exactly what the word means, yoga, that is to unite. The word means harmony, to bring together. And because of the various benefits of yoga, which people who are more eminently qualified than I am to speak about, it creates a more healthy individual, more balanced personalities, who are more at peace with themselves and more in harmony with the world outside, with people. It creates, therefore, a more harmonious, congenial, and peaceful society. And because our sense of satisfaction comes from within and not from seeking external gratification through acquisitions, our footprint on the planet, on Mother Earth, is therefore lighter, and it creates a more sustainable planet. And because of the attitudes we develop, the internal harmony and balance, and the sense of unity with the outside world, as Prime Minister just spoke, from I to we, from me to we are also collectively as humanity can create a more peaceful future for all of us, for the world and for humanity at large. And it is a remarkable tribute to Singapore, a nation which is a shining example of multiculturalism, of pluralism, of a sense of embrace of everything that is good in the world, and to make it a part of its own, and part of its own unique and distinct Singaporean identity. That the International Day of Yoga has been celebrated with great enthusiasm across this country. Over this week, from 16th of June to the 24th of June, we are observing yoga in 100 centers through 170 sessions and through 30 partner organizations, including Active SG and People's Association, Narpani, and all the wonderful yoga organizations that are here. And the reason we're not doing a one grand event in a national stadium with 20,000 people, that makes for great photo opportunity. but doing it across various city centers in Singapore. The objective is to make this really a people's movement, not something driven by the High Commission of India or by various organizations. And we want to take it to the people, to the communities, to the places they visit on a daily basis, to the sports centers of Active SG, or to the cultural center, community centers that are so ubiquitous across this wonderful city, so that it becomes part of everyone's life in a very normal sort of a way. And we have seen the impact. It isn't just in these community centers or sports centers or schools and colleges. We have seen the wonderful and moving impact of yoga in centers for elderly care, such as Sri Narayana Mission or Swami Home. We have seen that today in the morning at Sunlove Home, which houses people who are recovering from some of the most acute mental challenges and disabilities. And to see that look of joy and hope on them, to see those magnificent smile, and to see the little impact on a daily basis that yoga is making in their lives is a wonderful experience. And it just shows that what we really all yearn for is not just treatment, but wellness, a sense of being in a happy state of body and mind and spirit and emotion. And this is why this entire system of Ayush, as we call it in India, the traditional system of Ayurveda, Unani, Yoga, Siddha, homeopathy, isn't just a medical system, it's a way of life. And Ayurveda or Siddha is the science of life. It is about how you live, how you eat, what you eat, your mental state, your environment. It's how you interact with people. It's what you practice. It's what you believe. It's how you breathe. Because breath is life and life is breath. So all this comes together into a wonderful balance of mind, body, emotions, sentiments, senses, psychology. And when they are all in harmony, a human being is in a healthy and a happy state. And it makes for not just healthy living, and in a world which is experiencing such stresses of a daily life, such rising costs of medical care, which can actually make life a burden and turn even normal people into a life of impoverishment, in these traditional systems of medicines are both affordable, holistic, enduring, and durable. They are also at a time when we are all becoming aware of the sometimes extraordinarily negative side effects and toxic effects of traditional medicines. And I'm not saying this by way of decrying the modern Western medical system. They have done wonders for human health. But we're all aware now of the side effects. So these traditional systems of medicines rooted in organic products, rooted in basically the way you live and our basic life, are also free from side effects. So this is why it is becoming a global movement. Across the world, even if it is not recognized as medicine and cannot be administered in a hospital, people are adopting it as health supplements, as food supplements. In the United States, in Europe, across Asia. This is the big change that is taking place. And in Singapore, we see some of the most outstanding practitioners. And I'm not saying this because I'm standing here and in Singapore. You can ask people who come from India as well, and there are many who are here from India. You have outstanding practitioners of traditional medicines and Ayurveda and yoga, Siddha. And it is really a practice which I've seen that cuts across barriers of identities. I see yoga and I see traditional medicines being adopted by people from all sections of society in Singapore. And again, it's a reflection of Singapore's unique ability, the people's unique ability to embrace diversity, to embrace new things in life. In India, this is now becoming a top national priority and a movement. Across the nation today, of course, in a nation of 1.3 billion people is observing yoga, the International Day of Yoga, by practicing it today in schools, colleges, and everywhere, in every center. You've just seen Prime Minister do this with 50,000 participants at the Forest Research Institute in Dehradun. But from a medical point of view, we are doing everything that we expect and we take for granted in the Western medical system, which is the highest standards of quality assurance and certification, a very formal and high threshold of education. You take 5.5 years to now do a basic degree in Ayurveda. World-class research, scientific validation and testing systems. A very high level of quality control on inputs and ensuring availability of the raw materials that are needed for the system. Today, we have 11 national institutes, 80 plus research institutions under the various research councils of traditional medicines. We have over 3,000 hospitals in India that have adopted traditional medicines as part of their services they offer. And these include India's #1 institutions, the top medical institutions in the government and outside. We have nearly 500 medical colleges that educate doctors in traditional medicine. Each of these hospitals have about totally an aggregate of 70,000 beds. There are over 700,000 registered medical practitioners of traditional medicine in India. We have developed a digital library that has over 200,000 formulations. We have developed a comprehensive pharmacopoeia. Everything that you expect from that we see in the Western system. And the government is making great efforts at popularizing and extending the reach of Ayurveda abroad through memorandums of understandings and agreements with international institutions. We've had one with Malaysia as well, our neighbor here. And we hope, and we sincerely hope, that what the government of India is doing to bring it at par with Western medical systems, through adopting those very systems and techniques that ensure that there is a scientific foundation that backs what is an ancient wisdom and proven by empirical facts. And that there is a system of assurance that the doctor who treats you, the medicine that you take, that these are all of the highest standards. What we also expect from Western medical systems. So here also we hope that in Singapore, this is our fervent desire, and with the support of the community, with the support of people who believe in yoga and in traditional medicine systems, with the support of our very distinguished Member of Parliament, Mr. Vikram Nair, with the support of the prominent members of the community, and beyond that, we hope that we can make Ayurveda, Siddha, Yoga, all part of a recognized formal system in Singapore as the Chinese traditional system is. When it is better regulated, we can be assured of a better service, we can be assured of the right quality of medicines and the right qualification for doctors and the facilities that they offer. We hope that it will one day be covered by insurance, as it is being done in India now. We hope that the methods and the process through which traditional medicines are imported into Singapore will follow the same practice as we do for Western systems. And that the regulation will allow doctors, physiotherapists, paramedical practitioners, all of nurses, all to be trained in places like India and be able to come and offer their services here as legitimate practitioners of traditional medicine in Singapore. I can assure you when that happens, all of us who live here will actually think of life in terms of wellness, not just in terms of curing diseases. We will think in terms of, we will believe in a more affordable, more sustainable, more durable form of treatment and prevention of diseases. It will become part of a life like yoga, and it is something that will continue to benefit future generations. So one of the objectives of organizing a conference of this nature is not only to learn about the wonderful benefits of traditional medicine systems and how it works, but also to popularize it here and to continue our efforts to make it a part of a general medical treatment here, as which Ambassador Kesavapani also referred to. And through your help, we must spread this beyond the community and to embrace the entire population of Singapore, so they must also enjoy and learn about the benefits of this wonderful way of life, not just a medicine. So as I said, this is really about propagating a way of life, not just a medical system. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best for this.
Thank you very much, sir.